The Halloween season offers a unique opportunity for many to indulge in adorning one's home in macabre depictions. Yet, if you've never done this before, it may seem daunting. Starting your decorations indoors is a great way to build up your confidence before unfurling your estate in front of others. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the haunted.
Hi, and thank you for spending time with me today. If you're still new to decorating for Halloween, either inside for seasonal fun around your home or for an upcoming party, it can be done quickly and cost effectively. I'm here to give you some tips. I'll break you in as a Halloween enthusiast in no time. I'm going to start off by saying that if you haven't watched my previous video on storage options, then when you get done here, head over there and check it out. It gives some good direction before getting too far along in accomplishing everything I'm about to say. So my first piece of advice, no matter your proficiency, is to clean. Clean your home, make it presentable. Decorations are meant to accompany your home, to add a little extra flair in those spaces where you can build up anticipation for the holiday. So be kind to your friends and family and to yourself. Pick up the place. Now that you can see what you're working with, bring out what indoor decorations you do have. Everyone has acquired something along the way. And I'll share one quick tip from my storage options video. If anything seems worn or tattered at this point and it isn't sentimental, then bring yourself to part ways with it. The easiest time to declutter is when you're setting up, not tearing down. So if you wouldn't put it up, then ask yourself, well, why are you holding on to it? I'm going to throw a quick mention in here to bookend the other extreme, and that's if the item is suitable for resale, then consider online swap sites, auctions, garage sales, donations, things like that. There's bound to be someone who wants it. I know I have haunter friends on this site who cringed a moment ago when I said, just toss it out. But if you can find it in your black heart to care about what someone else might want, especially vintage items, those are things that I would definitely pause and think about if someone else could take better care of it. And just take it off your hands. And as you're going through stuff and you decide that it may be worth your time to do a little refurbishment or repair work in order to bring something back to life, that's okay, but be choosy with your time, okay? I mean, gluing a little piece of broken ceramic on something, it might be worth it, especially if it is something that was passed down to you. But that 15-year-old string of twinkle lights and 20% of the bulbs don't work, just toss it out. It is not worth your time. You think you got bulbs rattling around here someplace, you're checking the garage all over, just stop, okay? I know who you are. I've been that guy. My next piece of advice is to just start one room at a time. Now let's say maybe you're at a point where you already have a lot of stuff, or you just came into inheritance on Halloween decorations from a loved one. This is a great moment to think about the layout of your home and to be choosy where you put different things into different spaces. That makes sense. And by working at one room at a time, it really limits the scope of the activity. It keeps things contained, if you will, so you don't have things spread out all over the place with multiple different things going on in every room of the house. And a side note here, when you're done for the year, pack up that specific room's stuff into its own labeled bin so that you don't have to redecide what makes the most sense in each room. You've already done it once, you might as well keep that stuff together. If you don't have a lot of decorations to begin with, then you may be able to centralize them, making a featured location more noticeable. I did this when starting out my own place. Our kitchen table has routinely been this location. You can take smaller decorations and make a centerpiece with them. Larger items can go on adjacent counters, on windowsills, or the corner of the kitchen. Remember that stack of jack-o'-lantern candy buckets? As you acquire things over time, you'll naturally start spreading a little bit out into other areas of the house, say end tables in the living room, maybe a little something on the bathroom counter. And as time goes on and you start to amass a larger collection, you'll probably find that more traditional standard things in your home then get replaced by seasonal items when that holiday comes up. And eventually you'll get to the point where you'll start to look for a very specific type of item when you're shopping or online for that certain location in your home that doesn't quite have something just yet. Over several years, your home will begin to pull together as long as you're diligent about staying with a central theme. And this is another important distinction. People can find over time that they have some cartoony things, some authentically creepy things, maybe some fashionably crafty things, and they don't all go together very easily. So the easiest way to deal with that is to separate them out into different rooms or even different levels of your home. That will limit the random. And much like a point I made in a separate video about becoming a home haunter, I said having a theme and sticking to it will help bring everything together. Another thing to consider is that if you like the decorations but you don't want to constantly see them all the time for weeks on end, over and over and over, then designate a space or spaces that are sanctuaries from decorations. My next piece of advice is to consider whether or not you're willing to get creative and hand make things. I said this in a previous video as well, that making things from scratch myself has helped me to celebrate Halloween in ways that I couldn't possibly imagine before. So I've really come to appreciate that, and the same thing can be true on the inside of your home. It gives you a chance to build something from nothing, and it becomes special in your home. Retail items work great in a pinch, and they're also great inspiration before you make something, but retail items can't replace things that are made from the heart. Even more so when it's done so with loved ones. And now, since I brought up retail, it's time to have a word about store-bought stuff. I said earlier that it's easy to do this on the quick and cheap, and that's true. Keep in mind that there are dollar store retailers who can provide certain things that can work if necessary. My experience, though, is that if a store like that opens up its Halloween inventory, then it makes the most sense to try to get there within that first week or two of them displaying it. Otherwise, they can quickly run out even weeks before the actual holiday, so don't wait till the last minute, get there early. Personally, I've been positively impressed at things that I found in a dollar store. If you're planning a Halloween party, for instance, $20 goes a long way in getting you all the tablecloths, plates, napkins, eating utensils that you could possibly need. Larger stores with more name brand items have excellent sales right at the end of the season. Right after Halloween, for instance, it goes on clearance. That moment doesn't last long, and yes, it can be picked through right from the start. However, you're investing for the next season, so I guarantee you'll find at least one thing that you can use. Now, there's a lot of scary things around Halloween, but decorating doesn't have to be one of them, and it also shouldn't feel like a chore. If you get into the habit year-round of being clean, staying organized, and being choosy about what you buy, then when it gets time to decorate, it'll be less work and more fun. This was just a brief introduction on how to spook up the inside of your home. I hope it was helpful. In other videos, I plan to share content about how to combine items to achieve a more tailored look, how to build fabulous indoor items from scratch, and the different types of themes that you could choose to have in your home. Thank you. I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. And if you're willing to receive notification when new content comes out, then hit the bell next to the subscribe button and be sure to turn notifications on inside your profile. I also ask that you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video to give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, your viewership is enough for me. And until next time, be safe and happy haunting.